Hello everybody, I am Attila Tanner. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to Next Stock. So this time around I'm gonna be talking about the quarterly result, and it's a little bit of a low season at the moment because 80 to 85% of the companies reported in July because their end dates of the reporting was end of June. 10 to 15% of the companies report in August because their end date for the result is end of July. And then we have maybe less than 5% of companies who have their end date end of August. They report this month of September. But no worries, end of September, again, the cycle closes and the new quarter starts, so to say, and we will get the new reports in beginning of October. But despite that, we still have changes compared to last report, which was 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to present them. So 3 companies has changed out of the 24 companies that I'm presenting. So let's get going. We're gonna start with the value stocks in the US market first. JP Morgan with 471 billion in market cap and price earning of 11 are number 1. Bank of America is number 2 and Toyota Motors is number 3. So those are the safer stocks in the US market. Alright, so let's look at the dividend stocks in the US market, and here PetroChina is a new number 1. Total Energy drops down to number 2 and AT&T drops down to number 3. China Petroleum and Chemical Corporation drops out of the list. Alright, let's look at the growth stocks in the US market. This one, the ranking is based upon comparing the sales growth with stock price growth until the quarterly result end date. Then we extrapolate from that date to current date, comparing the stock price growth, assume the same trend, and based on that we make the ranking. Moderna is number 1 because they had an impressive sales growth, no changes here. Room is number 2, and Biohaven is like before number 3, also with an impressive sales growth. Now as you see, Moderna and Biohaven, they have a price to sales ratio which is kind of high, so that's the reason you have to be a little bit careful with those 2 companies. Pricey stocks is the next category, and Pricey growth stocks, so to say. It's similar to the other ones, but here if the stock price has grown faster than the actual sales has been going, then they will be listed here. Asana is still number 1 like before. Cloudflare is number 2 like last time around, but Palantir is a newcomer on the 3rd spot. General Electric drops out from the list. Alright, that completes the US market. We're gonna go into the Canadian market and do the same things there. So Canadian market and value stock, no changes. Royal Bank is number 1, TD Bank is number 2, and Bank of Nova Scotia is number 3. Dividend stocks in the Canadian market are also unchanged. Enbridge is number 1, Pembina Pipeline is number 2, and TC Energy is number 3. Growth stocks in the Canadian market are, we have one change. Franco-Nevada is still number 1, TC Energy is number 2, but Barrick Gold enters the list as number 3. A little bit surprising with Barrick Gold that they're listed as a growth stock since their revenue went down 14%. The reason for it is that actual price went down 30% during the same time period, and from that time to current stock price makes it so they come into the list. It's almost like they should be worth more, and that's the reason they are presented in this list. Alright, so Suncor drops out of the top 3 of the growth in Canada. Alright, let's look into the Canadian pricey stocks. Nuvei is number 1. Now they are up 2 spots because the stock price has actually been going up quite a lot lately. Great-West Lifeco is now number 2. They're down 1 spot, and TD Bank is also down 1 spot to number 3. So this completes our Canadian market analysis as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm also taking all your comments in. One of the comments was about the light, so I improved the lighting situation already in the last video, and I try to listen to your comments. Other comments was to add more description into the videos, which I'm doing as well. If you have other comments, please add them and let me know. If this has been helpful, please like, and please subscribe also if you want to make sure so you don't miss out when the next one is coming out. When you make investment decision, always gather as much information as you can, which is a good thing. More knowledge is better, and that will make you make good judgment calls on what investments to do. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.